So as Katie mentioned, a produce drop order is a standing order that you will work with your account specialist to set up for your program. And it will be a certain number of pallets of produce on the days that you choose. I will be assisting the account specialist in helping you customize your order. So the order is set up as a standing order, but we obviously need to decide what we put on there. So I will be working with all Produce Drop partners to customize your order, figure out what's best for your program, what works for you, what products you are most likely to move, so that we make sure we're getting you the best amount of produce and the right produce for your program. Now, because produce moves in and out of our distribution center quickly, we have a really high turnover rate. So it's hard to know what we can put on your order until really the day before it gets delivered, which is why we work on customization so that I can have the best idea of what to put on your order the day before. So I will be, like I said, I will be reaching out to each program that opts in for a produce drop just to understand more about your program and what works for you. As much as we try to get the right produce to you, obviously we also have to be flexible, and that's going to be key during produce season. So that's for produce drops. For the case counted subscription option, like Katie mentioned, this is an add-on to your already placed order on Agency Express. So what happens is if you are opting into the case counted subscription, the day before your delivery, we place the cases as an add-on to that order of the option that you opted into. And again, this will happen on the day before your delivery. So then you probably are wondering how you find out what you'll get on your order. So for the case counted subscription, we just send a second confirmation email that has those cases of produce on your order. So you can watch for that email, and if you open the attachment, it will have the produce that we added at the bottom of that order. For produce drops, you will receive an order confirmation email in the late afternoon on the day before your delivery. And now that will be most likely a partial order confirmation because of timing of when produce comes in. It will be most of what you're getting on your order with some potential for change. Okay, so that's your order. So while it's hard to know exactly what we're going to be sending too far ahead of time, here are some of the varieties that we saw come through our warehouse last produce season. So you can take a look at those. We anticipate getting very similar varieties this year. And if we look at the next slide, it's a lovely graph that shows when different types of varieties are available. So as you can see, this is a bell curve graph like we saw earlier in the presentation. And it really, again, shows that we have the majority of our produce and the majority of produce varieties available in that later August through September section of the year. So if you look at this graph, you're going to have the most varieties available August, September, early October, with them starting pretty light in June and then dropping off in November, December. So this is a good graph to look at if you're kind of wondering what types of produce you could get at different times, if you're trying to decide when to set up possibly a one-time distribution. This is gives you a good idea of what we're probably going to have available from growers during these months of the year.